It's hard to find the words to even talk about what happened yesterday in North Idaho in Coeur d'Alene. I wasn't even going to make a video on this. I don't feel like I'm qualified to, but some people in my life and some fans of the channel, they asked if I would, saying that I articulate things well and I am good at setting the record straight. And I think right now that's what's needed. It's just wild how when horrible things happen, it's almost like the media and every influencer out there tries to add in new details that I don't know where they're getting their information, but a lot of it's not true. And so I just want to set the record straight. I want to talk about what you can do to help with the victims that were involved in the shooting yesterday. And then just discuss my view of why this keeps happening and what it's going to take to change it. So I'm going to go through the timeline. I apologize, I need to read it. I don't have all this information memorized, and I just want to make sure I get it right. So at 1:21 p.m., dispatchers received a 911 call reporting a brush fire in Nettleton Gulch, Canfield Mountains west flank. At 2 o'clock, firefighters from Coeur d'Alene Fire, Kootenai County Fire and Rescue, and Northern Lakes Fire District arrived. They are immediately fired upon with multiple shots. They take cover. Around 2:30, witnesses report the gunman, later identified as 20-year-old Wes Rowley, briefly spoke to fire crews before opening fire with a shotgun loaded with rifle slugs, apparently after being asked to move his vehicle. Between that time and 3:16, two battalion chiefs, Frank Harwood, who's 42, and John Morrison, 52, are shot and pronounced dead on scene. Engineer David Teisdal, 47, is critically injured and is rushed to the hospital. 3:16 p.m. investigators ping Rowley's cell phone on Upper Canfield Mountain, narrowing the search. Between 4:05 and 4:30, a shelter-in-place order is issued for eastern Coeur d'Alene residents. Fire suppression efforts remain suspended. And over the next hours, a multi-agency manhunt ensued with over 300 officers and aerial support. At 7:40 p.m., SWAT officers find Rowley dead from an apparent self-inflicted gunshot. His shotgun and other weapons are recovered. Between 7:30 and 10 p.m., Idaho Department of Lands crews began fire suppression around what is now a 15 to 20 acre blaze. Overnight, it grew to 26 acres, and last I read, it was at 32 acres. Today, June 30th, fire remains burning. Flags are ordered at half staff. Community mourning begins, and the investigation continues. It's easy to just refer to these people as victims, but it's important to remember that these were men. They were part of our community, and it's important to remember who they were. Battalion Chief Frank J. Harwood, 42, served 17 years with Kootenai County Fire and Rescue and was also a veteran of the Army National Guard. Married, father to 2 children, remembered as a devoted family man. Described by colleagues as respected and emotionally engaged leader, did an amazing job according to Chief Christopher Way. Battalion Chief John Morrison, 52, with the Coeur d'Alene Fire Department for 28 years, rising to Battalion Chief, a seasoned firefighter known for unwavering dedication and leadership, survived by family, deeply mourned by his department and the broader firefighting community. Engineer Dave Teisdal, 47, is an engineer, apparatus operator with the Coeur d'Alene Fire Department, critically wounded in the attack, underwent 2 surgeries, and is now in stable condition. Like I said, it's hard to find the words to talk about how this affects community. We've had tragedy happen here before, but not like this. Not where someone had evil intentions, had a plan, it seems, to hurt the ones that are putting their life on the line to help protect us, to help protect our trails, our mountains, our forests, and our homes. And just personally, I think this hits me really hard. I was just up there a few days ago. That's how I earned this, dirt biking. That's the place I go with my sons. And never once did I feel like, oh, I need to bring protection. that it might not be safe, other than mountain lions or some animals that are out there. It's an interesting thing, and I'm gonna repeat. I was interviewed by King 5 News for something that I put online that I'll talk about here in a second, and they wanted to ask a local, what the feeling is right now, what people are going through, and I'm not the spokesperson for my town. I'm just a guy with a YouTube channel, that sells houses and, just tries to put out good energy and good information for people who are moving here. But basically, this is what I said, and it was supposed to air tonight. I don't think they liked what I said, but you be the judge. In the interview, I said, all of our hearts are very heavy right now, and it's hard to feel like nowhere is safe from disaster and tragedy. Every discussion that I've had today with people who live in my town has been on this topic and how crazy this feels. I'm seeing a lot of people posting thoughts and prayers, and while thoughts and prayers are nice, donations are needed. You have 3 families that are going to be in need emotionally right now and financially here soon. And while God wants to help us, he often waits to help those who are willing to help themselves and helping others. And so for people who want to help, want to assist, there are ways to donate, there are ways to help. But more importantly, it's time to have a wake-up call that this stuff is not going to stop until we stop relying on politicians to stop being politicians and for somebody else to step up and lead. That we ourselves need to step up and be leaders in our community. We need to go and spend time and look after the people that we don't feel are worth our time, that might be dragging down our energy, because they are our community. We need to step up. We need to look out for each other, and we need to help those who are hurting. Not to make this about me at all, but about 5-6 years ago, my life was a disaster. In fact, most of my 20s, I was completely lost. I was angry. I felt hopeless. I did not appreciate my life. I wanted my life to end. And it wasn't until I found the right leadership and an example to follow and started taking extreme ownership of my life that things really started to turn around. And we can't fix anybody. You can't help anybody who doesn't want help, but we can set examples and we can at least offer it. And I really think that that's what's needed, because the fact is you cannot bubble wrap this world. You can try to take away every weapon and stop someone from saying hurtful things and making people feel bad. And you can try to baby-proof this country. It's not going to work. That it takes strong men to raise strong men, because it's the actions of weak men that hurt us the most. Anyway, I don't want to be on a soapbox. I just wanted to provide this information and also provide an opportunity for those who want to help. They can. I've never set up a GoFundMe before. In fact, I had to create the account. My wife had to show me what to do, but I set up a GoFundMe for the family members of the victims. And I don't like calling them victims. I don't think they see themselves as victims. I'm just going to call it as it is. They're heroes. They're protecting us. They're on the front lines. They're doing what needs to be done. And now they've got a new risk to consider. And we need to back them. We need to be there for them. So you can click on you can scan the QR code up here. You can go to the link in the description. The GoFundMe actually has been doing really well. My company has made a donation to it, and on top of that, I think there's been about $2,000 more. We're just going to keep going. I'm going to be leaving town here at the end of the week, and when I get back, I'm going to cash it out and make sure it gets to the families, and I'll report back on the channel once it's done, so that you guys know where that went. But if you can, please help. And more importantly, go check on your lonely neighbor. Go see how your friend's rebellious teenager's doing. It's time for us to start caring about each other. It sounds really cliche. But we got to get out of our phones. We got to turn that TV off, and we got to start looking for each other, for the feelings that we're trying to get in this world. And it's hard, man. People suck. People suck hard. They hurt, and sometimes they're boring and they have stupid opinions. But we got to stop looking for all the things that we're divided on, and we got to start looking at the things that make us people and that we have in common. That's the most important thing. This is up to us. If we keep looking for the government to fix this or for somebody else to fix it, man. I mean, if we keep asking God to fix it, I'm pretty sure there's another comet coming. We got to do it ourselves. That's all I'm going to say. Thank you for watching. And yeah, go out and love somebody today.